So in this video, I want to go through some examples of finding the lowest common multiple. So let's find the lowest common multiple of 5 and 6. So I'm going to start off by writing down the multiples of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, etc. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do I know to write down that many? And I mean, that's a bit of a tough question to ask. It's really going to come down to experience. Some of these you might be able to do in your head. So I would be able to go, I know what the answer to this first one is already. But really my advice is to write down the first few. And if you haven't found it by that point, write down a few more. And then just keep going until you actually find the lowest common multiple. That's really the best advice I can say. So for 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, etc. And of course at this point you should be going, right, we found the lowest common multiple because the first one that is in both lists is 30. So the lowest common multiple of 5 and 6 is 30. Okay? And so that's the answer to the first one. Number 2, we're looking for the lowest common multiple of 9 and 12. So 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. Okay. Now, don't know where I need to stop, but I'll stop there because I've run out of board space. Let's go on to 12s. So 12, 24, 36. Right, we've got one there. Okay, so 36, don't need to go any further. 36 is the first one I come across, so the lowest common multiple of 9 and 12 is 36. Okay. Okay, so how about number 3? Okay, so we've got 4, 10 and 12. So let's just say for this example, rather than just writing down until I've run out of board space, I'll just write down the first 3 for each one and we'll see where we're at. So 4, 8, 12. For 10s, we've got 10, 20, 30. And for 12s, we've got 12, 24, 36. Okay? Now, at this point, we have not found the lowest common multiple. So I would need to keep going. So I'll write down the next 3, shall I? So 16, 20, 24. 40, 50, 60. Okay? Now, we want to also think about when I've got to, let's say, 40, I know that 4 goes into 40, but 12 doesn't. Okay, so 40 is not going to be it. 50, same. Okay, 4 doesn't go into 50, all 12 doesn't go into 50, so that's not going to be it. Now, what about 60? Because I know that 4 goes into 60. Okay, 4 goes into 60 15 times. So that is a potential candidate. Now, does 12 go into 60? Well, yes, it does. It goes in 5 times. So 48, then 60. Now, for this, you might be going, okay, well, do I have to write down all of the numbers from 4 all the way up to 60 in the 4 times table? Well, no. If you already know what the answer is, and you know 4 goes into 60, then that's going to be our lowest common multiple. Okay? Of course, if you had to demonstrate it, but you wouldn't be asked to write down all those multiples. So really this is an aid for us so that we can spot the lowest common multiple. If you can figure it out without doing it this way, because there are alternative methods for finding the lowest common multiple, then in some cases you might be able to do it in your head. In other cases you might want to write down a list just to kind of check. But I will be showing another method of finding the lowest common multiple further on in this section.